What are you doing?
Filming?
Pictures of us?
Yeah.
Can I get your badge number?
0016.
Cool.
Is it shiny enough for you?
It's very shiny, sir.
All right. Give me your driver's license, Mr. Fifth Amendment rights.
You filming right now?
I am.
How come?
He's got the camera on. He's got the camera on me right now as we're talking.
I'm going to jump over to Andrew real quick, who's also on the line. Andrew, what's going on?
Hey, man, what's happening tonight?
Nah, not too much. Looking forward to hearing from you. You rarely get a chance to come on the show because of your work schedule.
Yeah.
But your area has been crazy lately.
It has. I mean, there has been so many, activists out here, protesting and doing different activities and all sorts of stuff is going on. But today I want to talk about live streaming for a little bit, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, definitely. There's been we have some stories this week to discuss about live streaming. So, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that.
Sure. So, like the fact that Facebook was able to take down Corin Gaines' live stream when she was.
Real quick, let me just jump into on that because that's one of our stories for tonight. It's one of our top stories. For the listeners that are unaware, a woman was able to live stream the police breaking through her door and subsequently killing her and wounding her daughter. Right? It was a boy or a girl.
I believe it was a boy.
A small 5-year-old, right?
Yep. Correct.
Well, the police shot the child and killed the mother holding the child, and this was live streamed across the internet on Facebook. Obviously, it instantly went viral, and Facebook yanked it at the request of the police. This is a scary, scary thing because I personally have sworn by Facebook's live stream. I've said it's the best thing to happen since Facebook, basically.
Remember when you were saying that? Do you remember what I said?
You said what happens if what happens if Facebook starts censoring? You were saying that.
That's exactly what I said. I said one report and Facebook will drop it, and especially when it comes down to an official report, like coming from a police station, they'll drop that instantaneously because they have such a long history of working with police. I knew it was inevitable because it was the biggest market for a live stream ever. I mean, you instantly had the ability to hit a network that has billions of people who pay attention to it. And the second people start sharing it, it's like a wildfire. So, of course, they're going to want to shut that down as quickly as possible because before it was either YouTube or word of mouth. And YouTube, yes, it does get around, but it takes a while. Facebook is instantaneous, and they could not have instantaneous accountability.
Well, a lot of people don't even have the ability to stream to YouTube yet either.
Nope.
So that's another thing to consider. But Andrew, you've personally been through a lot of the live streaming apps. You use this on a regular basis, correct?
I do. And another point I want to bring up is when Diamond Reynolds here in Minnesota was live streaming the aftermath of the Philando Castile shooting. That live stream from Facebook actually went down for a little bit too, and it's unclear if Facebook pulled it. It was a glitch or what kind of happened there. So we have two instances where the live streaming on Facebook messed up, or they took it down, or something happened, which makes me a little uneasy about using that service.
I'll tell you, I one of the most popular apps out there, I'm sorry to say, I have stopped using because it failed me once, and that was Cell 411. It was one glitch. They knew about the glitch. They fixed the glitch, but I've yet to come back to the app because of how serious this is. When your live streaming fails you and you don't even know it, that's a bad situation. Because you're expecting all your friends and family and loved ones to see and know what's happening to you, and instead they're seeing nothing.
Right, and that's why I personally use a service called Bambuser, Bambuser. You can find it at bambuser.com. I've been using it for years now, and actually Pete Ear, co-founder of CopBlock, recommended it to me. And I've had success with it all the time. I've never had it drop. I've never had anything bad happen with it. So I would highly recommend using Bambuser.
The only thing about Bambuser that that I personally have ran into is, if I take Bambuser and I start doing that, unlike Facebook, I really don't know a lot of people besides everybody that we really know who even knows what Bambuser is. So even if somebody takes my stream and kicks it over to Facebook as a live stream, that person still got to go set up an account just to be able to use or look at my live stream. And a lot of people aren't willing to jump through hoops to do something that they don't, corely care about like we do. We care about our live streaming, so we will make sure we find the best available thing to us. But when the everyday person has something like Facebook and it's so easy, they're not going to turn around and download this app that allows them to, do things like a Cell 401 or Bamboozler where they got to fill out stuff to actually be able to even view the video. They're just going to stick around to Facebook, and it's kind of sucks because we know that how important live streaming really is, and now that Facebook came on the scene, the everyday person's going to go there as opposed to a good app like Bamboozler or even Cell 401 now that they've, dropped some of their issues. But I
think it's important that since you touched on that people will use it regardless to what's happening and then pulling videos. What are some things we can do then? If we see our friend in the jam, we see a serious video happening. I think it's important people know that there are resources to allow you to download those videos outside of Facebook.
Yep.
Facebook sometimes doesn't have a download link. A lot of people don't realize you can simply Google download Facebook video and drop the link to that video in there, and it'll let you pull it off the internet and hold a hard copy of that. Because if one person had did that in time for that other video, the one that we were talking about that just got pulled, that woman's would still have her story out there. Now it's in the cops' hands. Now the cops are the only people with footage, and we'll never see the truth. We'll never 100% of what should be happening there.
So I think it's our job to educate people about different services, how to download video, how to share video. I think that is at the first and foremost regarding this issue.
Wow, I have a really determined caller trying to call in.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't going to interrupt you, but he seems really determined. So let me answer the call. Hello, CopBlock Radio Show. Can you do me a favor and turn down your radio behind you?
Okay, I can't hear him at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. We're cutting to a commercial break. We're going to be right back with another segment. We'll get you straightened out on the call line there. Just hang tight 1 second for me while we cut to a commercial. We'll be right back. Andrew, are you going to stick around for another segment?
I can hang out till about 9:25, so I got about 10 minutes I can spend.
All right, cool. We'll hang out for another minute. We'll be right back with more CopBlock Radio after this. Welcome back. Once again, this is Severin Freeman, Lehigh Valley CopBlock.
This is Matthew Taylor of Carbon County CopBlock.
And Andrew Henderson of Minnesota CopBlock.
And we have a call-in line, but we're not going to man it right at the moment because we want to talk to Andrew for another minute. So you were talking social media and sharing live streaming video. Is there anything else with that you wanted to touch on?
I also recommend people get Cell 411. I understand you had a problem with it.
I want to clarify. They fixed the problem, and I'm excited about the new UI or whatever, the new interface. I'm excited to re-download and get jumping back into it because that was my go-to all the time. What happened was I bought a brand new phone, and they had a glitch with the kind of camera that phone had. So until they straightened it out, I wasn't using it. But I'm excited to come back to that because that is ran by an activist, and he will not pull nothing. There's no government agent that's going to call him and say, pull that video that he's going to listen to.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and Cell 411 also has a live streaming service in it, but it's not public. It's only to your friends, and they can actually download a copy of whatever video you put out there too. So that is an excellent service, just for sharing video with your friends. Though I more like to share publicly some of my videos, so that's why I tend to go with Bamboozler or Facebook at the very worst, I guess you'd say.
Well, you can still stream to a global audience, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you can stream to everybody who's receiving global alerts, and somebody out there is going to see something if you need them to.
Hopefully, yes.
I've never personally used the Cell 411 app and not had at least a few viewers on there watching what was happening.
Nice, nice.
So what's up, Amanda? We got Amanda jumping in. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, lady.
Amanda from Minnesota.
Hi.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Who's that sexy bastard over your shoulder?
You see that?
Yeah.
So this would be Mr. Andrew Henderson. I got an autographed picture of him as a gift.
Nice.
You gave an autographed picture of yourself as a gift? Dude, awesome.
She
wanna-
wanted
you
it
want-
so bad.
Do you want to tell him the story, or do you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay, well, a while back, I don't know if you remember, but he basically got a trolling sergeant to retire or leave or whatever because of some posts that he was putting about Black Lives Matter, encouraging folks to run him over and stuff like that. His name was Jeff Rossbecker. Anyways, he had, it was like a big deal. And so I told him, I'm going to need your autograph one day or whatever. I'm going to get your autograph. And then, God, it was like 6 months later, I think.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, she dropped.
I hate it when it happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, 6 months later, she saw you, right?
Yeah. She had a.
And stuff like
Is she coming back?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, that was odd. Okay. Hi.
You moved the picture and it threw off your juju.
I think
Lost
so.
you.
Andrew, you stay there still.
You brought them too close to the camera, and they, the two entities got too close to each other, and reality just couldn't handle it.
Right, all that power was just like, couldn't take it.
Too much, Andrew.
Andrew, you have to take off now, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't want to be late for work, but I appreciate you joining the show, man. Anytime
Hell yeah, man.
Anytime you want to open up with us and bring us some, kick us off with some good stories to start the show, you're welcome.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for having me on again. I totally appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, we'll be
Bye,
talking.
Andrew.
All right, y'all have a good night, okay?
See you later, Andrew.
All right, stay safe.
Don't work too hard.
If I end up on YouTube, I'm going to be upset.